Yes. We are now live, Naveen Tara.
Hi, Akanksha.
Hi, hi. I believe we're still waiting for people to join in. So
Okay.
we have time to catch up till then and talk about more book binding and school reopening.
Okay, where will I see if people join in? Uh,
uh, I don't know, but I'm assuming we can see us on the screen. There is a comment section where
yeah, we will be seeing
last
this comment of the viewers there. Then there is a private chat. Interesting.
yes.
All right. So last week we caught up on some movie time.
Yes, you told us you watched Houseful 4, I believe.
We watched Houseful 5, I think.
Five. Five, okay.
Yes, yes.
That's how many housefuls there are. I had no idea.
Yeah, and it's fun. It's a good laugh. Taran had all the giggles going on. It's
Like you
nice,
said, leave your
sometimes.
brains at home and
Olivia
then
Brain
we'll
is at home,
go.
but it is so much of laughter. 3 hours of non-stop laughing. It's nice to be sometimes having a lot of fun. The
Yes,
entire theater was laughing.
that's excellent, yeah. We need that as well, right?
Yeah, you should take your son. You
He
should
doesn't
take
like
Aya.
watching movies. Ayan does not like
Oh,
watching movies. Oh, all he does all day, he'll either be bowling or he'll be watching a match or he'll be watching reruns of matches or highlights.
oh, he's a big cricket fan.
He's
So is
a big,
Taran.
yeah, big cricket. Matlab, so much that he knows the jersey numbers, the what
Oh
height.
my.
He's to this thing. He went through a phase of dinosaurs also like that. The dinosaurs are still there, background mein, but cricket has got added to that now.
Yeah,
So
the
we love
IPL fever. The
IPL
IPL
season.
fever.
I had gone mad. Only cricket all the time in the house. 4-5 घंटे सिर्फ मैच चल रहा है.
I know, and my son also has couple of jerseys also. So
हाँ.
we are in Bangalore, but he's a big CSK fan because all of his friends are from. They are all CSK fans, so he is shifted to CSK, and he keeps sketching the figures of all the cricketers. So he likes to paint and he likes to draw. So he
That's
does lot
fantastic.
of sketching. So he does faces of the CSK cricketers. Then there is Dhoni with his with his helmet and a bat holding. So he
Yes, the
keeps
classic
scribbling all of
quotes.
this. Yeah, and that CSK jersey for the last entire IPL season, he's worn it every day. Whenever there
Every
is a CSK match, he'll wear the jersey and watch the match. So it's crazy.
I can imagine. I can imagine.
Yeah.
So my husband and my
So,
son and Ayan both like cricket, but I
yeah.
don't like it. I mean, I used to back when we were kids, when there was less cricket. It was 1 day matches were like, oh, we have to wait to watch. Now there's a match going on every time.
True, true. Good,
Yeah.
good, good. So, are we seeing anybody joined in?
I I believe Nupur has been,
Yeah.
encouraging people to join in. She's posting everywhere. I've also shared a lot with, yes, folks are here, is what we can see. Yay. I've also shared the link with a lot of friends and relatives and,
Okay.
classmates and everyone. So,
Nice.
um, while we did our checks, I forgot to check how we can see whether people are there or not. So, I'm assuming that there are many people there listening to
There are
us.
many people, and we are going to have our common talk while people are going to listen and post in their questions on the right hand side.
Yes, yes. Oh, I can see comments. We are here. Hi, Saumitra. Okay, so we'll start in about a minute, but just want to welcome everybody. And if there's anybody who can hear us, if you all can hear us, can you just put a thumbs up or just write in the chat so that we know you can hear us clearly? No issues. You can see us clearly. The customary checks that we have to do before we begin any discussion online. Okay, we've also shared the link across Facebook and WhatsApp and everywhere else. So if you have If you want to share it ahead now, you still have time, and please go ahead and share with your friends and everyone else. Okay,
Thank you
we
so
can.
much. You can hear us.
They can hear us. My mom is here. Hi, mummy.
Namaste, auntie.
All right, very nice. Okay, I believe Naveen Tara, we've got people here. They've confirmed they can hear and see us. We can hear and see each other. We had a bit of a struggle initially,
Oh yeah,
but
this time you're better. Yeah, the digital glitches.
all right. So then I guess let's get started. A warm welcome to everybody to the Blue Circle workshops. We do this every Sunday. All of those who've been with us for a while know that we have sessions at 5 p.m. every Sunday. And it's wonderful to have each one of you here today. These workshops are centered around diabetes and related topics. And what makes it really special is that they're led by people who have diabetes themselves or have the condition, whatever condition we're talking about. We're going to be learning about something new today. So either they're living with it or have our caregivers like me and Naveen Tara. So we started in around 2020. We've hosted over 250 workshops so far and are so proud of the amazing community that has, grown along with us. I'd also like to say Blue Circle Diabetes Foundation is India's largest patient-led community for people living with diabetes. And the best part is everyone is welcome. So today's session is about rare diseases and type 1 diabetes. It's our journeys, two moms, two journeys is what we've called it this time. While our journeys, while the conditions that our kids live with, Naveen Tara and I, are different, our journeys as mothers and as parents and caregivers are similar. We've had detailed conversations and we've caught up and we've realized, there's a lot of similarity. So let's take a look at what we're going to do and let's delve into the session. Naveen Tara, is there anything you'd like to add before we go ahead?
Yeah, I think, thank you so much, firstly, for everybody making time to, spend time with us on a busy, or rather, time you're giving away from your families and into this workshop. And I would like to really thank Blue Circle Diabetes and especially Nupur, who I happened to cross my path along, and we had a beautiful conversation. And she understood, maybe it's good for our organization, which is Neiman Pick, to come and share our inputs to this particular session. So thank you very much for doing that. And of course, Akanksha, whom I spent a lot of time with, and we hit it along from the beginning. It was wonderful, and this is a wonderful conversation to understand that the names might be different, but the struggle for all of us, or rather the celebrations that we have through this journey, are going to be same. So, to introduce myself, I'm Naveen Tara Kamath, living in Bangalore. I proudly wear two hats. One of mother, of a brave little boy, a loving boy, who is a warrior for Niemann Pick. It's called Niemann Pick disease. And also as a founder for the patient advocacy group in India, which is called Niemann Pick India Charitable Trust. So today's journey being two moms and two journeys together, but today is also Father's Day. So I would like to also wish all the fathers here a very happy Father's Day, because I think you are the hidden heroes of our journey. You have been there when times were difficult, holding our hands during the um, running around to the pharmacies to bring the medicines or decoding those reports. So a very happy Father's Day to all the fathers, who have been part of this journey as well.
Yes, happy Father's Day to all the fathers who are here I miss doing that. But I'll also quickly introduce myself. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Akanksha. My son, his name is Ayan. About 3 months back, he was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. And while I can smile about it today, and I feel that there's a little bit more control, or there's a little bit more understanding that is there. It didn't come very easy initially. We're still in the initial phases, yes, I agree, but we're learning with each day. We're very glad to have found Blue Circle, because they have been extremely helpful with every. I think I ask so many questions on the group, and there's always someone who responds. There's always someone who's ready to help and answer. And we've had a lot of meets also. We'll talk about it as we go along, but. Yeah, a very quick, short introduction. My name is Akanksha. My husband's name is Sushant. We have a lovely 8-year-old son, diagnosed just about 3 weeks before his 8th birthday. And he's a fighter, he's a trooper, and we've learned so much from him. With that, we'll move to the next part of our session, which is, where we'll talk a little more about the diagnosis, and, we'll just share our experiences of, we'll not keep it very sad. We'll keep it realistic. So, I'll start, and then I'll hand it over to Naveen Tara to talk about, Taran. Um, like I said, about 3 months ago, a month before that, we had started seeing some signs. While we weren't readily able to identify the signs ourselves very quickly. So, there are some very telltale signs of type 1 diabetes or diabetes, which is, frequent urination, lot of thirst, feeling very hungry. While you're eating more, you're still losing weight, a lot of tiredness, and then it goes on to more intense symptoms. So while we could observe this as as parents to a 7-year old, he was 7 at that time, we felt it's a growth spurt. um, we felt it's a growth spurt. Then we felt that, oh, but he's growing taller, so maybe he's losing weight, he's playing a lot. So your mind doesn't automatically go to let's check his sugars, or let's check for parameters. That's not the first thing that comes to your mind. And we it went on for about 2-3 weeks, but we could see that there were other things that started happening. We could see that he's tired. He was tired. He would eat like as much as the two of us would eat. um, Now, while we say that don't Google symptoms, I did Google the symptoms, and I feel that Google helped me, pushed me in that direction, along with, yes, my sister, and there are other family members who were kind of like, no, no, there could be something a little more, so let's get it checked. And it's not very easy. It's very difficult to mold your mind in a way to think that हाँ कुछ हो सकता है, it can be something. So we did go to the doctor. We went to his pediatrician, and then even she was just like, okay, let's get him tested. Surprisingly, there was nothing in his test. But as a mother, as and his father also, we were just like, ये normal नहीं है. And then we pushed further. So you know what, why I'm talking about this is because there could be people who could be in this phase, but you're in denial, you don't want to accept it. You feel scared. There's a part of you that also feels scared ki it's very senseless, but it does happen. That टेस्ट करेंगे और सच में पॉजिटिव आ गया तो व्हाट विल वी डू. It's also fear, fueled by fear. So anyway, when we did find out, we were fortunate to have a good pediatrician. We were able to diagnose it. When his results came, we went straight to the hospital, had a very good pediatric endocrinologist that we deal with right now, and she has been a huge support for us. But doctors can only help you so much. In the end, the it's the immediate caregivers. In kids case, it's the parents who have to be the doctors, the friends, the teachers for some time. Be strict, be firm, but be gentle. So it's a tussle we had to learn. um, we are going to start school. In fact, first day of school is tomorrow. So that's another that's another thing that we get to learn. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, we'll have more sessions where I can share my thoughts on how school went for him the first time. Full day of 8 hours or 9 hours of school after diagnosis. So I believe we've slowly started forming a rhythm of how things work. Yes, we have our ups and downs, but we're learning with each day. So with that, I will hand over to Naveen Tara to talk about her journey of Taran's diagnosis and everything else. Over
Yeah,
to you,
thank you,
Naveen.
Akanksha. Thank you for sharing that. Ours is something, if we look at it, it's actually called Demon Pick. So my son's name is Taran. We started, Niemann-Pick is actually a ultra rare disorder. So it is genetic in nature again. So when it looks like genetic, it is also something which is called ultra rare, is because both parents have to be carriers of this particular gene for the child to be affected, and that is why it is called as ultra rare. And typically, this kind of conditions happen in families who marry inside a community or inside a small between cousins, or that's when these kind of issues do happen. But for us, we were unrelated, so it was rather destiny for us to have Taran. So we are very blessed to have him. So when it comes to diagnosis, our story began 10 years back. It looks very long now, long back. He's 15 today. So not even 10, I think 12 years back, when we saw that Taran had a very huge belly. So when we went to the pediatricians told us that it was a normal pot belly. So other than a pot belly, he did not have any other symptoms. So it was just the pot belly that was that was there, but it was significant. And then began our audio where we went for scanning. So once we did the scanning, we realized that his spleen and liver were much bigger in size. So that was the time when our journey started to understand why his liver and spleen is extremely big. And we didn't know what to do at that time, because any other pediatricians were not very clear on what has to be done, until we went to a couple of hospitals where one of the doctors suggested us to go for a genetic testing. It might be genetic in nature. So once the genetic was done, and we are speaking about 13 years back, when these genetic labs or the labs to do this testing were not really available. So we had to kind of remove the samples, put it in ice manually, and then send it to the genetic center, which is like 400, 500 kilometers away. So we had to do all these ups and downs. And finally, when the report came in, it came in with a very English word which we hardly could pronounce, called Niemann-Pick, which was rather unheard of. And I think most of you have not heard the name as well. So it was the same kind. It was rather a shock, firstly, to understand this particular name. And like Akanksha said, for some reason, Google was available for us also 13 years back. It should not have been. So we did all the Googling. And we went to the doctors, we went to the genetic doctors, where there was no journey. It was completely, this particular disease comes with a timeline as well, without any treatment. We are 13 years back. So, it was clearly said that, there's nothing that can be done. You just have to manage the symptoms, and it is terminal in nature. So it came in as a shock. It was, something we had to accept at that time. And then there was a lot of grieving. Why did this happen? We went back to our family history, because it is genetic in nature, to see if we had any kind of symptoms that match. But nothing, because these diseases are not documented if we go to 2 3 generations before. And over a period of time, the grieving, from the grief and the sorrow, we suddenly started things started to change, I would say, when we started accepting the fact. that it settled into us that okay, he might have a name for the disease, but it is not going to affect us as we lead our lives, right? I mean, he does have a big stomach, but other than that, he was not showing any major symptoms at that time. Yes, he used to fall ill sometimes with fever, cold, or stomach upset, which was common for any other child. So that's when we started accepting it slowly. And once the acceptance came in, the grief or the shock started moving at the back burner, and we were more open to understanding what has to be done as a next step. How is our life going to change? What are the things that we need to build around our son to make his life better? So it has been 13 years now. We have gone through lots of ups and downs to a point when during the COVID period we saw the most horrible side of the disease. We almost thought that we had lost him, but like these children are miraculous, and they are super warriors. So he came out of it with super strength. And yeah, he was under oxygen concentrator at home, so he was under that for 6 months. He had body balancing issues. There was a lot of weight loss, but he bounced back from everything. So yeah, it's been quite a journey for 15 years now. Lots of ups and downs, and I should say, we built our strength with our family, with our friends, and most importantly, talking about this. When you talk, when you share your stories, and people share back their stories, there is more strength which comes out. And it also helps when you get all your family members on board, because it's not easy to fight these wars alone. You need
Yes,
those emotional support, you need families, you need friends. The more the merrier. So we have
absolutely.
done this for the last 15 years, and one of the thing that we did is, we educated Taran about what his disease is. At a time when he couldn't even pronounce the name of the disease. So we have walked this path. It's rather very difficult that children look at him, because structurally, when it comes to Niemann-Pick, so Niemann-Pick is a lysosomal storage disorder. So what typically happens is the metabolism of protein doesn't happen. So it continues to accumulate in the liver, spleen, and then it accumulates in the lungs, causing lung failure, or it goes on to affect the nervous system. So it's a slow degenerative disease. Again, if we look at the similarities, now in diabetes, it's insulin, which is the enzyme which is not present, or which is lesser in according to the weight. But whereas in Niemann-Pick, we are looking at an enzyme called acid splenomelane. Again, it is an enzyme which is not present, because of which there is accumulation in various parts of the organs. So that's how. But today things are better. There was as they say, you should never leave hope, and we never left our hope from the time he was diagnosed. And by God's grace, we do have a treatment called enzyme replacement therapy from a company called Sanofi. So they are providing these drugs or these molecules for treatment of this particular rare disease. So if you look at rare disease, there are about 11,000 rare diseases, out of which maybe 1% has a treatment today. And if you look at the treatment also, very few treatment have reversal effect. And luckily for us, we are in a circle where the symptoms are reversing for him. So I should say Taran is today leading a childhood which he never had. So we are there now. So that's our
That's
journey.
fantastic to hear. And thank you so much for sharing that. I'm sure it's not easy, but um, in that one conversation that I had with you, Naveen Thara, I got so much strength. So, like you said, when we share our stories, it's
Yes,
very, you never know who it might help also. There
true.
could be someone living in a shell. They might have something, but they don't want to share it, or they don't feel, or there's some stigma also that comes along with it.
Correct.
um, you know Like initially, Ayan also, um, we you go through this phase ki should we tell, not tell, how will people react and all. But we actually learned from Ayan. He said, so what? I just have diabetes. I'm going to tell everyone what is there. So that's, and we were kind of like, yeah, that's true. ऐसे छुपाने जैसा तो कुछ नहीं है ना. There's nothing to hide. And it gives strength, and it's also important for people to be aware. So I
True.
think it, yes,
I think that's a very good point that you brought in, Akanksha. Today, yes, it is very important to share the stories because it inspires others to share theirs and achieve something, which they have not achieved. And especially when you look at rare diseases, since this is ultra rare, initially when we were diagnosed, the doctors have said that probably you will not even meet one parent in India with the same condition. So we were quite alone. You're put in a world which is very isolated and alone. But today, in our PAG, we are about 40 patients, 40 families who have come together from a point where there will be nobody in India. So diagnosis is getting better and making things much more easier. But rare disease is something which we have to work towards, and I thank everybody for joining in because rare disease is so rare that we don't want to be forgotten or be invisible. It is something which people have to be aware about, and that's why
yeah,
it's very important that we talk about it, that people know about it.
absolutely, absolutely, very, very important. Um, while it helps to get, we've shared our stories of how we got over the shock. It's not, we also celebrate some little victories that we have. Some days we have, a day where sugars are uncontrollable, but some days we have where sugars are so good, and Ayan has learned to celebrate that. He feels happy. He feels he, abhi we've it's been just 3 months, but every day has been so new for us. And we've met a lot of people. Um, in this group itself, we've met so many people who have been living with the condition for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years. I met a gentleman uh, in the first Blue Circle meet that we had gone to. He has been living with it since 40 years, and he's thriving. And it gave us so much, hope that you can, it's it's there. It's something, it's there. It's something that you can't see, but it's there. You have to live with it. And if you can choose to cry about it all the time and be upset, and there are days where we are upset, there are days where we cry, there are days where we all feel upset, there are days where Ayan sometimes says, yeah, all my friends are playing, my sugar is low, I can't go right now, I'll go after some time, but why me? There are days like that. I'm not saying it's all rainbows and butterflies all the time. It's not. It's some days are tough, but some days are very good. We've learned to, sometimes we wake up and hum apni Ayan checks his fasting sugar, and he's just like, oh wow, very nice. It's so good. I'm so happy. Now today is going to be a good day. So we've learned to, it's kind of helped us celebrate the small things in life also. I
Yeah.
was telling you, Ravindra, when we spoke the first time, after work, sometimes where I would work and I would find that it's been a long day. तो अभी मेरा किसी से बात करने का मन नहीं है. I don't feel like talking to anyone. I just want to unwind. And I would sit in my phone, sit and look at the phone, or just do anything, but not spend time with my husband or my son. But now I have learned to look at the brighter side of these, spending these small moments with him, or just watching a movie together, just sitting and reading a book together, just coexisting also. It brings us joy. We've learned to appreciate these small things. We play a lot of board games now. So all of his
Good.
all of his he had his birthday in March, right? So other mothers and fathers were asking me कि हम क्या gift दें. I said, you give us board games. So many of them have given us board games. We play Pictionary, we play Scrabble, we play. But it's also time where not just my husband, my son, and I, his parents, my parents, our friends, my sister, everybody who's there, we all play together, and it's such a simple thing, but we enjoy it. And
True.
I think that otherwise, not otherwise, I didn't do it consciously. So that's something that I have learned to appreciate the smaller things in life as well.
True.
you know
So it's called as blessing in disguise.
yes.
Probably we would not appreciate life as much, as we are today. So some of the things that we do is, we do take a lot of holidays. So in spite of his condition, though it did not have any kind of restrictions as such, but it does get difficult when he has to walk for long hours. When he has to travel, it does take a toll on his physical strength. But it never stopped us from taking holidays. So we have taken so many multiple holidays, and these memories are always there with him. So he really enjoys going out and exploring new places, especially the comforts of the hotels and the good food at the hotel. So he especially enjoys those, and we have taken him on long flights. We have taken him for long road trips. So those are the things which he really cherishes, which we continue to do. We look forward for where are we going next, so we do that a lot. Apart from that, if you look at the smaller things, once in 15 days, we have to go to the hospital to because these enzymes are not given in the form of tablets, so it is given in the hospital under monitored condition. So he's given an IV once in 15 days, where the medicine is infused onto him. So it takes about, it's a daycare center, so about 6 hours or so we spend at the hospital. So initially, yes, it was very difficult for us because we are going into an environment where we were admitted to the ICU. We have rest of the beds where there are children in critical conditions. There are other patients, but he's also able to see all of that. The reality strikes,
Yeah.
and now we are shifted to a ward. Now he's started making friends in the hospital. So he really looks forward, to going to the hospital for his infusion. He's made friends, they share stories, and he knows everybody there in the hospital now, right from the security guard to everybody. So whenever he goes inside, oh Taran, how are you doing? So so those are, when you convert the difficult points, so the pain no longer is there of a needle pricking him, once in 15 days, and waiting for that infusion to get over in 6 to 7 hours. So it depends on what your surrounding is. On those days, he has a little cheat day. We have ice cream, or order some food from outside, or whatever he likes. These
Are
are
there
the small
dietary
things we do.
restrictions, Naveen Tara?
This particular disease doesn't have any diet to be followed, but of course, like any other thing, junk food has to be avoided, like any other
Yes,
diet
that goes
has
for
to
us
be
also.
followed by everybody,
Yes.
right? So we
Yes.
have to be careful to ensure that the immunity is maintained and
Okay.
their gut health is good. So we do
Okay.
take care of all of that. And these particular medicines, especially, are extremely expensive. It is not affordable for us to buy these medicines. So that's another thing in these rare diseases. It has to be either through some policy through the government or through insurances, or it has to be something which is given on humanitarian grounds by the pharma companies. So
I see.
otherwise it becomes extremely expensive for us. So our effort in the Neiman Pick organization is to educate people and look at ways in which every patient has an access to these medicines. So it's a rather difficult and challenging road for us, because very few patients today have access to this particular medicine.
Okay.
So it's a handful. I can say about 18 patients in India, whereas there are many more patients in India who cannot afford this medicine and they do not have an access. So we work with the pharmas, we work with the policy makers and the insurance companies to see, or to meet a common ground and see how we can fund to have an access for these medicines for all the patients in India. So that is a critical and important role for us as patient advocacy groups. And there are also some of these medicines which are available only in foreign countries with no access for these medicines for patients in India. So
Okay.
we are looking at getting them into India for clinical trials so that they can enroll patients in India, because we are a huge population in India.
Yeah.
And when these clinicians and when these pharmas do come into India, that's when it will be accessible for our patients here and also for the population here. So these are our critical efforts. These are our major efforts in India for Niemann-Pick, so that every child, or rather every patient, because it's not required that the diagnosis happens in childhood. There are many patients for whom the diagnosis has happened much later in life, when they reach 40, 50. That's when the it depends on when the symptoms start showing, when the
Start.
trigger happens. So
It's
it's
not
very,
necessary that it's there from birth.
it will be there maybe in a very dominant, it will not show the symptoms at the initial
Okay.
stages. So it
I
depends
see.
on when the patients start showing the symptoms,
Okay.
and that's when our work of diagnosis starts. And some of the cases, the diagnosis have gone up to 7 years to understand what disease it is. So for us, we were lucky, I should say, because it took only 1 year. Still, it is a long time. So one
Yeah.
year to find out what the issue is, but for many patients, it took about 7 years, and that is the average for any rare disease to get the diagnosis. So that's how, I should share this. When we were diagnosed initially, first was for us to understand what Niemann-Pick is. We were searching all the Google. We got in touch with the US teams to find out what it is. We used to understand it in simpler words, and then we had to go to pediatrician and alternate medicines and explain this disease to them. And one of the
Then
doctors turned around and said, "Oh my God, this is something which is out of syllabus. We didn't even study this when we were in MBBS." So, yeah, today we are able to laugh, Akanksha, like you rightly said,
I
right?
know.
But those days were very difficult, but we learned how to explain this disease in a very easier way to the patients, to
No,
the
when you go to a doctor, you expect that अरे इनको
they
हमसे
would
ज़्यादा
know
पता
the
होगा.
answers. Yes,
They
that
will
is a
have answers
very,
to your questions. Yeah.
yes, that's a very good point that you brought in, Akanksha, here, especially in this forum, because it is very important for us to know about the disease. Educate yourself, because don't expect the doctors to know about the disease
Yes.
at all, because they don't know your life, they don't know your child.
Yes.
You know your body and your child more than anybody else. Do not be blind when somebody suggests you for taking up some medication or doing any kind of treatment. Have your research, do your research, understand what it is. And what we have also done is, when any kind of medication is given to him, we observe very minute changes also, from
Yeah.
drying of lips to how many times he goes for urination. All of this is closely observed. So these are some of the things that we have to be extra careful about when something new is introduced.
Yes, I think this part is quite similar to diabetes also, where we have to, as caregivers to kids, we have to observe the minutest of changes. While we don't have to go to a hospital to take the insulin, we do take it at home. And sometimes it's earlier when I was, when my husband and I, we were learning about the condition. While we knew there is something called type 1 diabetes, we did not know the details of it. Okay, who knows? No, nobody. We don't think कि हमारे साथ कभी होगा. So we didn't know. Then when we started, there's so many things that go into it actually. It's like it's not like a goli le lo and then it will be fine. you know every day you are taking a medicine of 500 mg tablet and it will work for you. It's not like that. It's not like before every meal you're taking it a fixed amount of insulin. You have to change it. We have to, sometimes we need more, sometimes we need less. There are so many variables. What his routine is like. Has he played too much? Has he played too less? Has he has he had enough water? Is he, like you said, drying of lips, or going to the loo too much? These are all signs of, that as parents we हमने ऐसा बारीकी से देखना स्टार्ट किया है. वो पहले भी देखते थे पर अब ज्यादा देखते हैं. वी लुक एट इट अ लॉट मोर because there are slight changes that we observe. We understand that, oh, okay, then we keep a check of his sugars. We have so many books now where every time ka sugar is like noted and written down. He started doing it himself also. So it's a lot of
True.
monitoring and checking and taking care of things. But one good thing is, in our case, Ayan has started, he takes his insulin, he likes to take it on his own while we are there to tell him how and to look at how he's taking it and how much to take. He likes to take it himself. He likes to check his blood sugars, himself. He says it's okay. His friends sometimes ask him, even when his friends are there at home right now, he knows he has to check his sugars. He'll get it in front of him, the glucometer. He'll get it. He'll open it. He'll prick it, and he'll say, "तुझे दर्द नहीं होता?" So he says, "नहीं, little. It's just a छोटा सा prick. तेरे को भी दर्द नहीं होगा." You know. So it's very encouraging for us also to see that he can do it himself. It gives
Correct.
us hope that when he's older,
Yeah.
eventually see he
True.
has to learn how to manage the condition himself.
True. And
While
that
we
gives
can
them strength also.
Yes, it gives him strength, it gives us strength. And when you have this environment of kind of positivity and not looking at the dull side of or the sad side of everything, apne aap you start feeling better. I don't know, you call it placebo or you call it whatever, but when your spirits are higher, you think sanely. Even if there is something that is not, sugar drop ho rahi hai, you can think with a straight mind. If you're panicking and you're thinking, oh my god, then it doesn't, and you have to train your mind to be like that. It doesn't
Yeah.
come easily. I'm talking as if I'm some guru, but I'm not. I also panic and I also fall apart sometimes, but we all learn. While we can keep talking, Naveen Tara, I also want to encourage everyone to ask your questions, and just we're constantly looking at the comments. Please keep
There is,
commenting, keep asking
yeah,
questions. There is
there is.
one question.
I think there is one question which is come from Blue Circle.
Yes,
Asking for the cost of the
correct.
medication for Niemann-Pick. So it depends on the weight of the patient. So based on that, the milligrams do differ. So if we are looking at 15-year-old child, the medication can cost up to about 4 crores. This is just about the medication that we are talking about. It runs in crores per year.
That's exorbitant. While we
Yes.
recognize diabetes is expensive, this is exorbitant. That's
Yeah,
rightly said.
there are other rare diseases which is because typically what happens is research for any kind of these ultra rare disease takes a very long time.
Yeah.
There's a huge curve for the research itself because multiple times it fails. So if you're looking at Zenpozyme, which is the medicine for Niemann-Pick disease for ASMD, it took about 10 years for a researcher to get out and say this is the medication. And after 10 years, it involves a lot of clinical trials. And now clinical trials are also tough because you don't have many patients. So we are a
Yeah.
handful of patients in entire India. So in entire Karnataka, we are just 3 patients. So it's
Oh.
that infrequent. So then the clinical trials, is
And the
also tough.
patients have to agree also, right? The patients have to
Sorry?
agree to be. The
Yes,
patients also have to
patients
agree to
have
be
to
part of
agree
the.
to be on the clinical trials. Many a times the clinical trials also fail. So we are
Yeah.
in those phase probably which diabetes was 80 years ago or 50 years ago.
Yes,
I don't
I
know.
was
I'm
just
just
about to
throwing out
say.
a number. Maybe diabetes was a time when the patients had to go to hospital to take infusions for their. Today it is advanced. Technology has advanced. So we
Yeah.
might be in the initial phase
Yes.
of this kind of enzyme replacement. So today the technology is improving and looking at gene therapy. So we cannot leave hope. Things do keep changing. Tomorrow maybe Ayan can use a sensor to check his insulin level, and he no longer has to prick himself to do that. So we are very hopeful that we have great scientists, we have great minds today in the world who are constantly working, because in our case 15 years ago, 13 years ago, when the doctor said there was no medication, to a point today, 13 years later, when my child is seeing all the symptoms reversing, uh, things do happen. So, miracle is an important part of our lives as caregivers,
Yes,
as
always be hopeful.
patients. So, it does
Yes,
happen in small, small ways, but we know there is a guardian angel looking after us. Yeah.
absolutely. I also want to talk about one more thing, which you and I talked about. We should talk about it. How we manage school and how we discipline our kids. We are parents, yes. We are caregivers. We know, we understand the pain that they're going through, but we also have to be tough sometimes. So, how do you discipline? How do you manage discipline when your child is unwell, or going through this? Are you strict? Are you a strict parent? Do you give them a little more leeway?
So that's a tough one. Yes, see what I feel is discipline is something which has to be there for every person.
Yeah.
In this world, right? You do have symptoms, you have difficult days, but we are not strict on it. We don't follow certain things, but there are rules of the house: showing up on time, doing your chores,
Yeah.
all of this, doing your work, doing your homework. These are the things which are very important, because it builds resilience, and it builds I think one of the important thing is he's self motivated because of that. Over a period of time, we are not going to be around to talk about all of this, but if he is knowing that he's good, he's on time, he shows up for his work, that is all that is needed. Tomorrow, something is given to him in this world which is having so many distractions. He should learn to understand what is no. When somebody says no, accept that it is a no.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
I believe
it's
it's
very
very
important.
important.
Yeah, that is something which we have thought, and he's understood that as well. So, and as far as schooling goes, Taran is homeschooled. So he goes for open schooling, which is NIOS, National Institute of Open Schooling. So
Yeah.
he's given his 10th board exam recently. Yeah, he had fun, and he also had a choice of not doing his maths and science. So NIOS gave him that option that
Gives you that
he doesn't
option.
have to do
Yes.
mathematics. So he picked up the subjects which is home science and painting as his core subjects. So he's very good with painting. So he started. He gave his examination for painting examinations. So that's
That.
how we understood that there are various options if a child wants to study,
Yes.
and they have to, because there was a point where Taran was hospitalized. He was in ICU during his pneumonia time, and he attended his classes from hospital. He had 3 4 tubes on his arms, and he had oxygen pipe, and still he made a point that he attends his
To attend
classes.
it.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
these are the things. These might be look very small, but these are the things which keeps them motivated. They have a purpose.
They have
So
a purpose, and there has to be a sense of normalcy also, right? There has to be also, I feel that the other while we know our kids deal with certain conditions and they're going to deal with them for the rest of their lives, uh,
Yeah.
they're not going to get special treatment for it. ऐसा नहीं होगा कि बोर्ड एग्जाम्स में 10 मार्क्स ज्यादा मिलेंगे क्योंकि डायबिटीज है या एएसएमडी है. ऐसा नहीं होगा, राइट?
That's
They
a good
still
point.
have
Yeah.
to fight. They still have to, the all the fights that all other kids and people like you and me also have to fight, they also have to go through it, right? And the world in itself is already it's complicated, it's difficult at times.
Yeah.
And if we mollycoddle them or if we pamper them too much and we're like chalo theek hai koi baat nahi, don't do your chores, it's okay, वो बड़े होके क्या करेंगे? How will we have to also, we have a bigger responsibility, right, to give our kids the tools that they need to survive on their own also. We are not right now. There's a question that somebody's asked. Somebody missed Ayan is 8 years old. Right now he's in the third standard. He's going to go to the third standard now from tomorrow. So while he's young, we can shelter him a little bit, but he has to go into the world. There are kids already who say things like, अच्छा तूने तो बहुत शुगर खाया होगा, इतने चॉकलेट खाता था, इसके लिए तुझे डायबिटीज हो गया. It happens. He felt bad, but we had this conversation at home. We taught him this will happen. We've had that conversation now also. He knows the answer to give. He explains how diabetes works in very simple terms. You know, to everyone, and it's, as parents, it's our responsibility to not be extra soft. There are times where I feel like it, there are times when my husband feels like it, theek hai chalo koi baat nahi, but those have to be rare. It
Yeah.
can't be every day because homework करना है, स्कूल जाना है. In Ayan's case, he will go, तो he has to go. ऐसा नहीं आज मन नहीं कर रहा है तो मैं नहीं जाऊंगा. He has to go. He has to study. He has to take exams, and he has to understand how to deal with. We want to raise him in such a manner that while he manages his condition, it's just an extension. It's just जैसे किसी को थायराइड होता है वो गोली लेते हैं. In this case, it's just something that's missing that we have to take externally. Yes, we have to be careful. How it has helped us, and I'll share this very quickly. We eat the same food that he eats. तो ऐसा नहीं है that he is eating like super healthy stuff. He's eating bhakri and jowar ki roti and all, and we are eating whatever we feel like. So no, it's made us also healthy. It's made us also conscious of our health, that if something like this can happen, it can happen to anyone. We should take care of, we owe it to our kids also. So we are very chill कि चलो आज बाहर से खा लेते हैं. We used to eat out. I have a Swiggy One membership, so we used to eat out a lot. We used to order in a lot, and it got used a lot. But now we are more careful. Um with because of him, we have started eating healthy, so our energy levels are also up. So we owe it to them that while they manage their conditions, we should not become a liability for them कि अरे हमने ही अपना ध्यान नहीं रखा. This is very important. And I'll quickly shift to one more point that we wanted to cover is, as caregivers, it can get very overwhelming for us also sometimes. And how you we have to find our own ways of dealing with, it's a lot. While we can smile and talk about it very positively right now, there are days where it's very difficult. Ayan recently had a fever and his sugars were through the roof, uncontrollable. We didn't know what to do. It was our first time, and we didn't know how to manage it. And there were days where I was so quiet and so upset. My husband, we weren't talking to each other. We were just like so much on our minds. But then we realized that aise nahi chalega. We need to talk to each other. We need to share our experience of whatever is going on in our heads, and we need to have an outlet. It could be just going down for a walk. It could be catching up on Netflix. It could be listening to some music. It could be work. It could be anything. But it's very important. And of course, it's been just 3 months in our case. um, I'm sure there's a lot more that we can learn from you. Before that, quickly, there are a couple of questions that I think we can quickly address. Samitra says, with everything that you've seen and experienced now, if you could go back in time to when your kids were diagnosed, what message would you have for yourself?
That's I would like to take it. Between what you have said right now, Akanksha, it's been 15 years now, right? It's very important that we maintain our mental health. We keep ourselves motivated, because if that is not there, it does those emotions and feelings do pass on to our children as well. So one of the things that I have completely realized is not to feel guilty about anything. What you did at that time, going back in time, what you did at that time was very important for the environment or for the compatibility at that particular time. So it was a right thing, so we should never look back and feel guilty about it. It is always right. Take those decisions and make it right. Take your time off. So I go out with my friends. I go on holidays alone while my son enjoys his holidays as well. I do make it a point for the last couple of years that I have gone out with my friends. It's the women's gang, right? So we go out. So I have been blessed with beautiful friends who where I go along with them. I have a family, my parents. So Vijay Nayak, who's there, Vijay Pangal is my father. So my mother, my sister, my sister's family, my brother-in-law. So they are our strength and pillars. So when I'm not around, they absolutely know what is to be done, what has
That's
how. Yeah, it's not that I have to be attached all the time. That is a very important thing, I would say, is as caregivers, we have to
yeah.
build our force. Who's going to be our force, who's going to be along with us to fight this battle. Get
हाँ,
people on board with you, and that's when your
हमारा भी
life.
बैकअप होना चाहिए. Correct.
Yes, all the time, all the time. You cannot fight this alone. So for the
Yeah,
15 years, we have realized we need a whole lot of people in this. First is our own families, our own friends.
yeah,
Then comes the second layer, which is our patient advocacy groups, the other families who are going through, because they will give you the right stories. Your clinicians, who is your go-to doctor? You need to have them. Now, in our case, we need to also look at the pharmas who are providing the medicine for us. So they
yeah,
have to be on board. We have to look at clinicians, what is happening. So there are multiple folds. As you walk this journey, you will see who are all the stakeholders whom you have to get on board,
yeah.
and yeah, you learn a lot. So and it's a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, but this is something that I learned from you now, that yes, as Ayan's parents, my husband and I feel that हमें तो आता है, but you're right, our extended families also need to know how to manage and deal, give insulin or how much to give or what to. Yeah, maybe we'll start doing that now. We
Yeah.
are already learning. I'm already learning from you. There's one more somebody, I think your father. Hello uncle, he asked, is he the only child? Yes, Ayan is our only child. Okay, Harry he's 11 years old. He says, I can manage myself, but the problem is that my school bag weighs too much and my shoulder hurts me every day. So you need to carry your diabetes stuff also with you. What I feel is, and which what we are going to try to do with Ayan, if there are some books or some textbooks or some classwork books that on some days you can leave in school. In his school, it's like that. You can leave some in school. Your desk is fixed. You can leave. Try doing that option, or maybe I will come back to you when Ayan starts going to school from tomorrow. So in 1 week, I will find you on Facebook and I will tell you how we are dealing with this and how his bag will also be heavy, right? I will tell you. I promise you.
That's cute.
All right.
Thank you, Harry, for posting that. That comes in as a surprise. We
Yes.
we never think that a bag can be
Yeah.
heavy. Yeah.
I'm thinking
So I
about
would
it now
say,
from tomorrow.
hit the gym, start building muscles. But you're doing great.
Yes, you're doing great. Excellent. Okay. We're already at 5:59. I didn't even realize that, we spent an hour just talking, and It's been so fantastic. It kind of brings us to the end of the workshop. But if there are any questions that you still have, you can still post them and we will reply to you. Or everybody who's there on the group, I know you see my questions. Okay, Auntie, I'm waiting, he says. I will tell you, I promise you. If there are any questions, you also post these questions on the WhatsApp group that we have. I will answer for sure. I know most people who are there on it will see me constantly asking questions of the smallest things, but I believe something will help the others also. You never know. Okay, that brings us to the end of our workshop today. It was, I had so much fun just talking, sharing everything. And you want to say hi to everyone? He's here. Okay, and thank you so much, Naveen Tara, for sharing your journey, your experiences. I mean, that you've had with Taran. Send much love to Taran, and we'll get Ayan and Taran to talk to each other for sure. Thank you to everybody who has joined and for asking all the questions. And if there's anything, please keep asking us. And before we sign off, just a quick reminder to follow the Blue Circle Diabetes Foundation on all the social media platforms. We're there on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, X, not Twitter. And there's a blog. You'll find so much information there. As a parent to a newly diagnosed kid, I have found so much information that has helped me there, and there's so many videos that keep coming up. Please read it and please take a look at it. And we also have local meetups. So we have one every month, so please join in person. We'll love to be there. We're there everywhere, so we will make it a point to be there and we'll meet you. It'll be fantastic. And one last thing is, I am starting school tomorrow. Yes, first full day with T1.
Yeah. So the closing note, thank you so much for Blue Circle for inviting me into this. I do learn a lot, and one of the important thing for us is the similarities between diabetes and ASMD.
Yes.
So it's something which we share in common. So it really gives us strength that we are not alone. So just as an ending, live life, laugh a lot, and love always.
Always.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you so much, Naveen Tara. I'll catch up with you, and thank you so much to everyone. All right. Have a good rest of the Sunday. Bye bye.
Bye.